For fans of 90 Day Fiancé, Chuck wasn't just another reality TV dad, he was the outspoken, often controversial, sometimes comedic patriarch of the Potthast family. Viewers watched him navigate explosive family dinners, emotional confrontations, and the constant tension surrounding his daughter's marriage. But beyond the cameras, Chuck was more than a storyline. He was a father, a businessman, a man who carried the weight of a complicated family dynamic in the public eye. Reality television has a way of exaggerating personalities. It sharpens conflict, magnifies flaws, and edits moments for maximum drama. But those who knew Chuck off camera described someone different, a man who could be stubborn, yes, but deeply protective and fiercely loyal to his children. That's why the speculation surrounding his death felt especially cruel. The rumors that wouldn't stop. In the days following his passing, social media filled the silence with assumptions. Cancer was the most repeated claim. It felt believable. Sudden news, quiet family statements, a lack of immediate detail. Online detectives pieced together old photos and interviews, searching for signs that weren't there. But none of it was true. The family remained quiet, not out of secrecy, but out of shock. Grief has a way of freezing words in your throat. When tragedy hits without warning, you don't rush to correct strangers on the internet, you hold each other. And that's what they were doing. When the official report confirmed that Chuck's cause of death was blunt force injuries sustained in an accident, the narrative shifted. The rumors dissolved. What remained was raw sorrow. A tragic accident. Details surrounding the incident paint a picture of how fragile life truly is. It wasn't illness creeping in slowly. It wasn't a prolonged decline. It was a moment. An unexpected accident. A split second. The kind of event that divides life into before and after. Blunt force injuries are often associated with vehicle collisions, falls, or severe impact incidents. They are not slow. They are not forgiving. They don't give families time to prepare. One moment, everything is ordinary. The next, everything is changed forever. That reality is what makes it so difficult to process. The weight of public grief. When someone from a reality series passes away, the grief becomes strangely communal. Millions of viewers feel like they knew Chuck. They watched his reactions, his arguments, his eye rolls, his reluctant acceptance of situations he didn't fully approve of. He wasn't just a background character. He was part of the storyline that kept audiences tuning in. But public grief is complicated. While fans mourn, families must endure the spotlight while navigating the most painful days of their lives. Every statement becomes headline material. Every photo becomes dissected. Silence becomes speculation. In Chuck's case, that spotlight intensified the rumors. And when the truth finally came out, it didn't bring drama. It brought stillness. The man beyond the headlines. It's easy to remember Chuck for the heated conversations at family gatherings, for protective father moments, for his unmistakable presence in tense episodes. But those closest to him remember different things. They remember early mornings at work, phone calls checking in, dad jokes that never made it to television, quiet acts of generosity. Reality TV captures moments. It doesn't capture whole lives. Behind the editing room cuts was a man who had lived decades of experiences long before cameras followed him. He built a business. He raised children. He navigated life's ups and downs long before viewers ever knew his name. And in an instant, that life was gone. Why the truth matters. When someone dies suddenly, stories fill the void. Humans crave explanation. We want something we can understand, a diagnosis, a warning sign, a timeline. Cancer rumors provided a narrative people could process. An accident feels different. It feels unfair, random, unfinished. But the truth matters because it honors reality, not fiction. Chuck didn't lose a battle with disease. He didn't suffer quietly while hiding his secret illness. His life was cut short by a tragic event that no one saw coming. And that truth, as painful as it is, deserves respect. The impact on his family, for his children and loved ones, the grief is immeasurable. Losing a parent is life-altering under any circumstance. Losing one suddenly, without goodbye, carries a unique weight. There are conversations that never happened, questions that will never be answered, moments that now exist only in memory. Grief after sudden loss often comes in waves: shock, anger, disbelief, profound sadness. And when that loss is public, the process becomes even harder. Family members must mourn while managing statements, responding to condolences, and sometimes defending against false narratives. It's an emotional burden layered on top of heartbreak. Remembering Chuck's legacy. Legacy isn't defined by the way someone dies. It's defined by the life they lived. Chuck's legacy is intertwined with family. Whether viewers agreed with his decisions or not, his identity was rooted in fatherhood. Every argument, every concern, every tense conversation stemmed from wanting what he believed was best for his children. He was imperfect, as all people are. But he showed up. And in the end, that's what lingers, the presence he had in the lives of those closest to him. A reminder of life's fragility. Chuck Potthast's passing is a sobering reminder that life doesn't always provide warnings. We plan for retirement, for holidays, for future milestones. We don't plan for accidents. We assume tomorrow exists. Tragedy challenges that assumption. It reminds us to call our parents back, to say I love you without waiting, to resolve conflicts before they calcify into regret. Because sometimes there isn't time. No more rumors. The rumors can rest now. There was no hidden illness. No secret battle. No dramatic reveal waiting behind the curtain. Just a tragic accident that took a father, a businessman, and a reality television personality far too soon. And in that truth, there is something grounding. Speculation often sensationalizes loss. Reality humbles it. Final thoughts. For fans of 90 Day Fiancé, Chuck's absence will be noticeable. The family dynamic will feel different. Scenes that once included his steady, if sometimes stubborn, presence will now carry an unspoken void. But beyond television, a family is grieving someone irreplaceable. In moments like this, perhaps the most respectful response isn't curiosity. It's compassion. Chuck Potthast's story doesn't end with how he died. It lives on in the memories of those who loved him, in the lessons learned, in the moments captured on screen that now carry deeper meaning. Life can change in an instant. And sometimes, the only thing louder than rumors is the silence that follows the truth.